Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from your heart chakra, so please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. As you exhale, come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today. We have group number 1 on the left with Finder of Lost Things, group number 2 in the center with Blessing Magnet, and group number 3 on the right with Ascended Master. As always, if you would like to meditate with me, that is the first link in the description box below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. The timestamps to your readings are listed below in the description box all the way at the end. I do have personals open at this point in time. If you are interested in that, you can check out my Etsy shop at Spiritualistik. Don't forget to follow me, of course, here on YouTube. Check out my exclusive content on Patreon and here on YouTube as well as on TikTok. If you are in my book club or you're interested in joining, shout out to you. I'm excited to read The Power of Now with you. And of course, follow me along on TikTok and on Instagram, also at Spiritualistik. I love you and I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you over at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, group 1. Namaste and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from your heart chakra, and you selected the first group with the Finder of Lost Things card. Group number 1. The first thing that I'm getting here is that you might have either a difficult time expressing what is on your heart, or it might not be received well. This might also be something where you were kind of taught not to express your own voice, your own opinion, but it's connected with the heart chakra, so it's less about your voice and your expression and your truth. It's more about giving and receiving. It's more about gratitude. It's more about equity. I'm kind of getting an ancestral energy here. I'm hearing, when emotionally immature parents will say something like, "You're such an ungrateful child because I did the bare minimum as my responsibilities as a parent." It's kind of giving that. Like, I don't know why you have beef with a 4-year-old. They literally love you kind of energy. Now, your heart chakra is coming here to say they feel seen and they feel heard, just not by maybe the people that are maybe supposed to feel it and supposed to hear it. I'm also hearing the words chosen family. With the Finder of Lost Things here card, you might really feel as though you are on an island of misfit toys. That is an old, from the old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie. It's like a claymation, I think. And I've also mentioned that, I've channeled that in previous readings, but it's been a few years since that message came through. So if you've heard that reading, or that is a sign for you, then this is especially for you. Your heart chakra wants you to know that you don't need to follow the leadership of something or someone who is not grown. It might be that they're not grown emotionally. It might be that they're not grown spiritually, mentally, or otherwise as well. Age is not a factor here, but I am getting the energy of something that wants to get let off your chest. Now, group number 1, if your ancestral energy in the aura is held between the bottom of the heart chakra, so right at the top of the ribs, kind of like that sternum area, all the way up to where your chin starts, so the top of your neck at the bottom of your chin there. This in your aura is where you hold ancestral energy, non-negotiably. And with this energy of something you want to get off of your chest, there's this wanting to find something that's been lost, or wanting to lose something that's maybe been drawn to your attention. For example, you might feel as though you wish to separate from something or someone that you wish you didn't feel that way towards. Now, I do want to take this moment to remind you that the sacral chakra rules your emotions. However, we often think about our heart as the ruler of emotions, because our gratitude, our giving and receiving, our unconditional love, those can trigger emotions within us. It feels good when we receive something we've been working towards. It feels good when we give to others. It feels good to be grateful. It doesn't feel so good when we don't receive something that we deserve, or when we don't receive something that we have been working for, or that everybody else does. It doesn't feel good to do wrong by somebody else. And so here we have this question of what to end and what to begin. Where does that connection between giving and receiving, where does one turn into the other? in your own energy field and looking at the ways that this parallels your ancestral energy. A lot of you are the cycle breakers of your family, the black sheep of your family, the outcast of your family. But with this finder of lost things here, there is something here that you have found connected to speaking. It's connected to your throat chakra here. I'm also getting that for those of you who do chakra work regularly, you might find that when you are off of it a little bit, or when you first get going, or long-term work here, you might find a little bit of like throat chakra and your heart chakra energy, maybe the channel between them might be a little muddy. It can also be the case where you'll go red, orange, yellow, blue, and you have to set the intention to have that green there, or it can be the other way around, or maybe the throat, it's crowded by the pineal energy, the indigo energy, or alternatively the green energy. I'm kind of getting this energy like this. Now your heart here wants to tell you that it is the one pulling the strings in your life, as it should be. Your heart is a portal. Now, it's not to say that it's better than all the other chakras. They deserve to be equally in balance with each other, equally open, with happy, healthy, clear channels between. But what this is saying, your heart wants to remind you that you have found something that has been lost in your ancestral line, and that is gratitude. It is functioning through gratitude. It is gratitude in your root chakra, and gratitude in your sacral chakra, gratitude in your solar plexus chakra, and so on and so forth. Gratitude when you receive, gratitude when you give, and gratitude when you don't do either. And I'm also being shown green tea, which in Chinese slang means somebody who acts one way publicly, but actually is a different way. It's someone who acts all like sweet and squishy and kind, but they're actually very bitter on the inside. It's someone who kind of plays a role. It's giving performative, maybe performative spirituality, performative, just emotions, performative. It's all about almost like manipulation. It's not about within. And here you're the opposite here. Probably don't care very much what other people see and feel about you. And you are an absolute peach internally. And I'm hearing the song, it's by the Front Bottoms. You are the reason I'm smiling when there's nothing to smile about. It's called Peach. Okay, by the Front Bottoms. There we go. So let's see, messages to group 1 from the heart chakra here. You feel like you've had every door possible slammed in your face, and yet you're still standing. I'm hearing that song, I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You might receive a lot of messages through spirit, specifically pertaining to matters of the heart chakra. So can be giving, receiving, can be affirmational, can also be perhaps romantic for some of you. There's also this awareness that in the astral, okay, in the spiritual worlds beyond the realm, it's kind of giving the reminder here that all is seen. The universe sees all. Energy doesn't lie. And so, with this, there's this reminder that you act through integrity because it's the right thing to do. And that wearing a mask or pretending to be a way that you're not, or saying that you've done something that you didn't, is, well, it's seen by the universe. It's not a secret to someone who is spiritually connected. It's the finder of that which is lost. It's that connection. But also we're circling back around to the idea of truth, which is throat chakra here. Your heart chakra desires more sovereignty, but it also seems as though you are taking maybe little bite-sized pieces, not necessarily baby steps, but bite-sized pieces on the way there. You have so much love to give, but looking back, you haven't received even an iota of the love that you've given out in the world. And it seems that it, in some way, impacts or has impacted or can impact your material stability as well. Your heart chakra kind of runs the show here when it comes to giving and receiving. There is imbalance here that is not a fault of your own, but nonetheless, it exists and it persists. Some of you are going, I don't claim this, I'm not manifesting this in the future, I choose to revoke this energy because I don't wish to carry it forward. Great. Those are steps that help. They are. So keep that up. A message from your heart chakra is to continue to be optimistic and affirm the narratives that you do wish to choose. It is also to remind yourself here that your inner child here is watching you take these steps. Your inner child sees how you're a good person when nobody is looking. Your inner child sees that perhaps that which the universe sees, if everyone misunderstands you, if people have the wrong idea, or if there's drama or gossip, or you not receiving that which you deserve. Your inner child sees you loving, putting love first, putting gratitude first, sees you giving, sees your unconditional love. You act as though you're a role model to your inner child. And for a lot of you, it's an intention that you have, but it might not necessarily be entirely on purpose. You're just trying to be yourself and to grow and to evolve. But when it comes to the receiving side of your inner child, the receiving side of your heart chakra, the receiving side of your ancestral energy here, there's this like short end of the stick energy that keeps coming out. I'm hearing here for a good time, not a long time. You might find that this is the opposite of the energy that you exude. You exist in a way that is sovereign, that is protected, that is grateful, that is unconditionally loving. And the opposite of stability is instability. The opposite of receiving is giving. And so there is this stark contrast of balance. But it is in receiving that you can give. If you are not receiving a little extra money, you can't buy a little extra food, and you can't make meals for your family. You can't have friends over and host a dinner party. If you are not receiving the love that you deserve to love, that you deserve to receive, and you deserve to feel, then you can learn how to build it brick by brick, but it might take you a while before you know what that really looks like, to embody it, to act upon it, and then even more so, to then receive it from someone else in a healthy way. Your heart chakra wants to let you know that there is something here that is shattering. It's an illusion, and it's a positive energy, but you might feel a little bit of that discomfort. Now, this might be like you feel like you want to crack your clavicle, crack your sternum. That's super intense, okay? You might feel a little bit of readjusting, shifting. For some of you, it might be that there's a little bit of fire. The solar plexus, it's fire energy, can come up to the heart, and we experience things like acid reflux or heartburn or little things like this, okay? But that's not really the energy I'm getting so much. It's not as much of a fire or something negative, but it is a little bit of a release, which is why first I channeled the crack energy, something wanting to crack open. And it's not that your heart chakra is closed. It's a little bit of this reminder. You can find gratitude from within, and then you can be a grateful person. But that also doesn't mean that you don't get to receive energies that inspire gratitude within you. You have the tool to be grateful for the fact that you're alive, and for the air that you breathe, and the food that you eat, and just the ability to have maybe a healthy, able body, to have good people around you, or whatever it is. You can find gratitude in any corner of anything, because that is who you are. You've constructed that. You've built it brick by brick. And now you can move through that. You've pushed through that muddy energy, through that molasses. Things have cleared out. It's beautiful. But your heart chakra wants to tell you as well that when good things come in, you deserve more than just a relief from the stress or the pain or the nonsense. You also do deserve to receive things that inspire gratitude within you, not because the bar is on the floor. Now, here's a duality that is being drawn. Awareness here. And it is that there is a beauty, there is a light, there is enlightenment in seeing beauty in absolutely everything, being grateful simply for existing, being grateful for the sake of being grateful. No matter what is in front of your face, no matter what is in your heart, no matter what it is you have or don't have, gratitude is the attitude. And that will always help you learn and grow and evolve. Now, the duality there that wishes to be brought to your attention is also multiple truths can coexist. One being, make sure the bar's not on the floor. Your heart chakra wants you to continue to vibe in your heart space that which you intellectually and intuitively know for yourself. Specifically when it comes to who you are, where you're going, and what you deserve. When you are presented with love, you can respond with love, of course. You can receive that love. However, there is a certain frequency of love that aligns with the love you have to give. That doesn't mean that you necessarily have to reject love in all of its forms, high vibrational, low vibrational, confused, muddy, clear, perfect, divine, right? We have the whole spectrum there. However, if you are starved of receiving, you don't need to take the first offer that you get. Whether that is love, whether that is external validation, which you don't need, you don't run your whole engine on external validation, but you're alive and people have voices and people have appreciation and you give it to others, and sometimes receiving it is nice, that is valid. It is an emotional need. It's also a cognitive need. Even if you go back to primal humans or our ancestors, when you forage for fruit, for berries, for medicinal herbs, you then have a basket of fruit, berries, and medicinal herbs you can eat. That in and of itself is external validation. You can be grateful to be alive and to feel the wind in your hair and the sun on your skin and the ground beneath your feet. And also, when you seek berries and you pick berries, there's validation of the work that you've done yields results. And you hold it. And because there might be a harvest that year, that month, you bring it home to the village and you make medicines and foods and little snacks and treats, and you give them to your loved ones. You share them with the village. You heal wounds with them because there's enough for you and there's enough for others. And it is all teamwork. It is all a village. And if you were brought up in dysfunction, you might not understand what that feels like. If you are used to going out and foraging, you find these, you learn about edible foods and medicinal herbs, and you go out and you forage them and you pick them, you put them in your basket. By the time you get back to the village, somehow it's all gone. And you check that basket that you learned how to weave, and then you found the materials and you wove it yourself. There's no hole in it. You check time and time and time again. There's no hole in your basket. You're not dropping the berries. You're not dropping the herbs. You don't know where they're going. But it is rational that you arrive back with that which you harvested. That is intellectual. That is spiritual. That is a law of nature. So, with the Finder of Lost Things card, group number 1, always expect your berries to be in your basket. Your heart chakra wants you to know that the way that things went in the past do not dictate your future. Your heart chakra wants you to know that it is in giving that you receive. It is also in receiving that you can give. They love the first one and never talk about the second one because somehow you're always just supposed to pull it all out of where the sun don't shine, pull it all out of thin air. And if you can just make that happen and be grateful and expect nothing ever, even reject it sometimes when it comes in, just be a good group 1, right? Then the world will be your oyster. But, as you know, that's not how the world works. That's not how energy works. That's not how spirituality works. In fact, that's not how anything works. You're being encouraged to practice receiving. There are some of you out there who are saying, but from where? Well, you built it brick by brick. You can receive from yourself and then give to others, and then give to yourself and then give to others, and then receive what you're giving to yourself, but that's still you giving. Just one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you. One for me, one for you. And where do you receive? Your heart chakra wants you to know a few things. First and foremost, hang in there. Okay? It's not over, but you're darn close. The second thing, you deserve to receive things that inspire you, inspire your gratitude, that inspire the fire within you, that inspire your motivation, that make you so excited that you just want to do it again and again and again. The next message here is that you might not think the bar is on the floor. In fact, it might not be. Just because things are better and you don't ask for much doesn't mean that you don't still deserve the world. So next time you receive something and you think that the bar is not on the floor, still add some tax on top of it. Your heart chakra wants you to know that even with that, you still deserve even more. And it's not about worthiness, it's not about deserving, it's about letting it feel normal and natural to receive in your heart chakra. So whether that for you is, I'm sure it is not, whether or not you deserve it or whether or not you're worthy of it, it might just be whether or not you get it. Whether or not that is just how things go for you. Whether or not that is just the pattern that you've walked through or are walking through or that others have imposed upon you. So, when you receive and you don't think that the bar is on the floor, still add tax. Add tax to your expectation. And then understand that once that is normal and natural for you, you're going to add a little bit of tax. And you're going to do that a few times. Eventually, you will find that it evens out to what it is that you give. And at first, it might feel even a bit grandiose. But you'll be able to rationally see that it is simply equal to what it is that you give. And that is a journey your heart chakra wishes that you step on. The next thing that your heart chakra would like to tell you here, group number 1, is that things are working in your favor. It just takes a little bit of time. You're a patient person, group number 1, and with that, sometimes you are going to need to use that patience because it is a superpower that you have, which means that you have opportunities that might require you to use that patience that others might not get. And it's definitely worth sticking it out to find out why. Last but not least, group number 1, your heart chakra wants you to know that you are guided, you are protected, you are loved, which you know intellectually, you understand spiritually, but you also have an extremely abundant future ahead of you. Mind, body, spirit, family, friends, resources, love, finances, health, spirituality, career, all of them. And it is not about what you can do, or where you can go, or how much you can give. It is about how much you can receive that inspires gratitude within you. Because you don't always need to build and make everything from scratch. It might be a journey to arrive there, but you are on it, and you are getting there, and you will arrive. That is how it works. This is an energy that might take practice for you to get used to. This journey might sound familiar, and you might not feel like you are necessarily in the trenches of it anymore, but that's good. You are arriving at a place of spectacular energy, abundance of all forms, in all ways. So keep an eye on the things that are coming to your awareness at this point in time, pertaining to your inner child, your past experiences, old friends, old family members, etc. And identify, if you can, what exactly happened to the berries in your basket. Because they belong to you. You went out and got them. You put them in your basket, which you hand weaved yourself. And so you deserve to arrive with them in your hand. It's not just for the sick and the children and the women and the warriors. They were for you too. So put that first and try it on for size. And back around to add a little more tax than you think that you should. Group number 1, that is your channeled message from your heart chakra that loves you very much. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. If you'd like to meditate with me, that is the first link in the description box below. I post exclusive content on my members channel here on YouTube and on Patreon, as well as on TikTok. So follow me at Spiritualistik across platforms if you so choose. Check out my spiritual shop on Etsy for my tarot and oracle decks, books I've written, crystals I've wrapped, meditation cushions, journals, intention candles, so on and so forth. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 2. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today, I'm channeling a message to you from your heart chakra, and you selected the second group with the Blessing Magnet card. Group 2, your heart chakra wants you to know that you do have a beautiful blessing and opportunity on its way for you. But here's the catch. In your energy field, there are more than one coming through, and this might be a situation where, well, I'm hearing the song The Winner Takes It All from ABBA. So ABBA itself could be significant, but this might be something where you can only choose one of these opportunities, or you only want to choose one of these opportunities. I'm getting to tell you, take the best offer, not the first offer. Your heart chakra definitely feels like you've kind of been in a less is more energy lately when it comes to matters of the heart. And you've been really happy. You know where your peace is, you've been enjoying your life, you've been in a beautiful unconditional love and gratitude energy. Sure, life happens, but you find that if you want something to come into your energy field, well, you'll feel it in your energy, like you can smell it before it even thinks about coming in. It's on your radar already. And with this, you're noticing some energy is getting closer and closer to you, but the reason why certain things feel like they are stopping before they get a little too close is because you have more than one of these opportunities coming in. And therefore, your heart is, first of all, a magnet. But as it's calling these things in, these blessings, there is an awareness that, well, first of all, these things need to get close enough, not just to be on your radar, but to show up in your life for you to be able to entertain the opportunity or choose which one you'd prefer. But at the same time, if things I'm hearing stall a little bit, they stall out a little bit, it is so that you have all the cards on the table. Pun intended, of course. And so this is the first thing that your heart chakra wants you to know. You do have a blessing on the way, but you have more than one. Now, normally, group number 2, your heart chakra would be one to tell you, take as many or as few as the opportunities that feel right for you. But with this specific category of blessing, there is something here that looks at your independence, looks at maybe your health, your wellness, your education, your sovereignty, something like this. And this is something where there is one cup. You have one cup of energy to pour out. Not to empty yourself, but let's say you can fill another cup. One more cup in this category. Now there's a little bit of a future energy that you're a bit guarded towards, or you're aware that where you are, it's good, right? We have this energy of like happiness, less is more. You can find your center, no problem. You know what makes you happy. You're happy where you are. And so things that come into your life, they really need to be serving you, to be a blessing. And so you're aware that there's this blessing coming in. You can feel it. It's on your radar. But your heart chakra wants you to know that I'm hearing actions speak louder than words. Also, there's something here where your intuition has been showing you something by not showing you something, interestingly enough. It's not what you're seeing, it's what you're not seeing. It's not what you're hearing or feeling, it's what you're not feeling or hearing. I'm being shown, like, let's use angel numbers as the example here. If you're seeing 1, 2, 4, 5, it's not, oh, consecutive numbers. What is 1, 2, 4, 5? It's, oh, the 3 is missing. It's not the 9 and the 1. It's actually the 8 that's between these cards. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, right? So it's not about the 9, it's not about the 1, it's about the 8. And then we have here 88, this energy here that's in between. So this is what, when I read tarot, I will read those numbers as behind the scenes, and that's part of the way that I read tarot. Okay, I intuited that, like I picked that up on my own. I didn't learn that from anywhere else. So feel free to steal it, but I found it intuitively myself. I'm sure other people have done the same too, because, you know. But what I'm getting here, 88. It's abundance. This is a beautiful blessing, but it's also behind the scenes, just like it's on your radar. It's not what you're seeing, it's what you're not seeing. It's not what you're hearing, it's what you're not hearing. Okay, so your heart chakra wants to be aware of this, and look, 8 of Wands at the back. So whatever this is that you're expecting to come in, yes, it will. But there's a little bit of stress. There's something that is holding it up because, again, there's more than one opportunity here. Now, this is going to go very, very well for you, whatever this blessing is that's coming in, no matter which you choose. But if one thing is delayed, it is because there is another one that is being presented to you, and you deserve to see them both. However, one of these energies is either indicative of a past energy, like it either is a past energy, an energy from your past, or it's something that holds the same pattern as something from your past. So your heart chakra kind of wants you to look at that. That's under the category of what you're seeing, not what you're not seeing, okay? But I'm getting here, I'm being shown the words sees all. So if you're seeing everything, then what you're not seeing is nothing, but nothing is something. I know it's a little bit of a loop there. There's a scientist who like proved that nothing is something, 0 equals 1, and then it drove him crazy. I'm being shown that. Nothing is something. It's kind of giving like indecision is a decision a little bit. So what your heart chakra wants you to know is, oh, okay, your power, your beauty, your energy deserves to be shared with others sparingly at this point in time. You are one who's learned, finally, how to pour into yourself unapologetically. You've been on a self-love journey. You've learned how to withhold your energy from those who feel entitled to it. You've learned how to pull back your energy from those who just want it, who feel entitled to it for any reason. And you've learned how to stop overgiving and oversharing and how to pour that energy back into yourself. And now you are at a place where you are happy, you are healthy, and you are called to enact that less is more energy. But this blessing that's coming in for you, whichever one you choose, when they're all presented for you, you're going to notice that this lights a spark in you a little bit that might make you want to jump at the opportunity. But you don't want to set off a firework. You'd like to burn a candle that will burn for days, months, years, right? You've got the Knight of Wands, this like spunky energy to the Page of Wands. It's a little bit smaller of a flame, but it is more of a consistent flame though. Again, reading the energy. Okay. I know I've got tarot readers in this pile because I'm like, well, when I read tarot, you don't have to do it that way. Never do that. I never do that. So, if you read tarot, hi. Anyway, the energy here. Your heart chakra wants you to know specifically that it's a special sacred place. And the things that you allow into your heart and the energy that you exude from your heart is also special and sacred. And it deserves to be seen and heard authentically rather than going through the wash cycle of other people's perspectives or of your own wash cycle of what you think other people are going to perceive it as. Now, as you are receiving this heart-centered intuition and this pineal gland-centered intuition, we're picking up on both here, you're going to find as well that emotion is a significant part of this, which connects to the sacral chakra. Group number 2, your higher heart chakra is coming through in this reading to let you know that your connection to the divine, the universe, source, God, whatever is your flavor of spirituality there, okay? Your connection to that universal cosmic energy, that is going to be your clarity that shows you what is for you and what is not for you. You know this, you've practiced this. Intellectually, you understand this. The reason this message is coming through right now from your heart is because you're going to love this opportunity or these opportunities, and you're going to want to jump at it, which is good. It means that you're excited. It means that it sparks something good in you. But also remember that it's a process. Creating is a process. Becoming is a process. Now we've got the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, but it's kind of anchored here with, yes, the Wheel of Fortune, but the Empress, gestating. She's beautiful. She's not in a rush at all. She's empowered. She's pregnant. She's gestating. And the Hermit, to herself. She's the only one that really knows what's going on in there. And it's not about, haha, I'm mysterious. Rather, it's about that connection that the mother has to her child in the womb. It's about that connection that you have with the universe. That's just between you two. It's about that connection that you have to your art, or you have to whatever that energy is here for you. And that is sacred. And that is in your heart. And as you cultivate this, as you grow this, as you connect with this further, you understand that it is sacred, it is beautiful, you are happy, you know where you are, your heart is singing. So allow that that connection there to be your guide, that connection to divinity, wherever it comes through, whether it's coming through your art or whether it's coming through your connection with a person or through a business or through a craft or through your intuition, your consciousness. Because this will set your heart on fire a little bit, and that's good. It's cute, it's sweet, it's adorable. But make sure that you don't allow that to cause you to lose sight of what's really important. I'm not getting that it's going to. You're not predisposed to getting thrown off by it. But if you are having a little bit of fun, it can take your mind off things, and that's a great thing in some contexts. If this is something like you getting that promotion, you're so excited about that promotion, you go out and you party with your friends, and so maybe you're not tip-top shape at 8 o'clock in the morning on your first day, as an example. Again, I'm not saying that you're predisposed to act like this. It's just an example of how that energy could manifest in a super grounded, almost a little bit dense way. For example, say that your spiritual journey is so important to you, and then someone comes in. This is heart chakra, right? So maybe this is a romantic interest, or it's a new friend, or it's a new spirit guide even. Something comes in. Maybe it's also connected with your Akashic records, your astral body. Those also come through the heart chakra energy. They're the fourth layer of the aura, which is connected with the heart chakra. So it could be that you remember a new past life. It could be that you have a really interesting astral experience. It could be that you meet someone and it gets a little flirty. And those are things that are exciting and they're fun. However, they could cause you to move a little bit differently following that flame. And so your advice here is to ground, to anchor, to connect with also that divine energy. So you've got ground and also connect with the divine. So you've got that anchor in the top and that anchor in the bottom. And you allow that to be your guide, almost your filter. Which opportunity do you take? Which way that you could be lit up is conducive to what you're already processing, creating, loving, caring for, cultivating? Your heart chakra is in a really, really happy, healthy place. It's a very beautiful energy that's coming through here. It's ever new, evergreen is what I'm getting. And so it makes sense to want to protect that. And so when something knocks on that door there, and you let your walls down, you might be excited to see on the other side of the wall for the first time in a while. But that doesn't mean that you should neglect the garden that you've been cultivating within those confines either. And so here we have that balance. Here we have that check-in to make sure that that astral energy, that Akashic energy, it's beautiful, it's fun, it's playful, it's expansive, right? It's also not here. on earth. And it's also not out in the divine with the consciousness either. It's floating in the middle. And so there's the awareness of this, perhaps spiritually for some of you, that this is speaking of. Which path do you take as you unlearn and relearn new things? Or, for those of you who this resonates with a little bit more of a grounded energy, I'm picking up a lot of spiritual energy here, but it could be, depending on who's listening to this here. This is about, don't follow just any spark. Not that you would make poor decisions about it, but that there is nothing that is more enticing than whatever that special connection is. We'll go back to the garden analogy here. Whatever this is that's coming in, it's going to be beautiful. You're going to love it. You do have to choose one, but it's not going to be as special as you cultivating your garden. That's your you time. It's not going to be as special as your connection to the divine. You can hop, skip, jump around all the astral planets. You can read all the Akashic records, past, present, future, every timeline, every reality that ever could potentially exist. But at some point, you do have to come back to center. Your body is grounded here now. Consciousness, you are one with all that is. So, enjoy the spark, but don't run with it. Continue cultivating what you're cultivating and be aware that what you're feeling, what you're picking up on in your radar, is not only present, not only on its way, but it's also more expansive, more beautiful, more plentiful, more bountiful than you might be currently feeling it out to be, because it's being held until the rest of your options come and meet it. I'm being shown when you start like perhaps a yoga class or a Google Meet, a Zoom session or a seminar or something, maybe it starts at 7 o'clock. Doors are at 6, you let people in at 7, and maybe you start at 7:05 to let people kind of settle down. Or maybe there are 5 people at the Zoom, so you wait until all 5 people show up before you start. Something like this. This is why you're picking up on this in your energy. But also, you'll be presented with all your options at the same time. So that it kind of creates, first of all, a little bit of separation between you and whatever this is. Allows you to both anchor up and down a little bit more pertaining to choosing which opportunity you'd like to move forward with, if any. Although you are recommended to pick one. And to also remember that it's okay and happy and healthy and fun to feel that spark. But that there's no spark that is worth you either losing yourself or letting your garden die or stepping away from your spirituality or whatever it is that you cultivate here, whatever is represented by the Empress. You will find that at the same time, whatever it is that you cultivate is going to be coming into harvest, one of the luckiest seasons yet. And as you do, it's going to be very important that you remember the safety that lies within your shell, the Hermit card with a little hermit crab here. That you retain that sanctuary, regardless of what comes in or out, or what surrounds it. So group number 2, that is your channeled message from your heart chakra. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity for you. If you would like a one-on-one, I do offer personal sessions right now. They are on my spiritual shop on Etsy at Spiritualistik. You can find that in the description box below. I do offer Reiki, tarot, astrology, astrocartography, channeling sessions as well. And on my shop, you can find intention candles, the tarot and oracle decks that I use in all of my readings, my journals. I've got prompted and unprompted journals for like your shadow work, self-exploration, as well as like dream journals, manifestation journals, intention journals, stuff like that, meditation cushions. And if you would like to meditate with me, that is the first link in the description box below as well. So you have access to that meditation collection forever. So I highly recommend taking advantage of that resource. If this is your first time here, please like, comment, and subscribe. If it is not your first time here, welcome back. I love you and I'm grateful for you eternally. And as always, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. And I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today, I'm channeling a message to you from your heart chakra, and you selected the third group with the Ascended Master card. The first thing I'm hearing, Group 3, is that you love your neighbor as yourself. It's a beautiful energy here. You love all, including yourself, including the divine. Now, your connection with the divine is beautiful, and it mirrors your connection with yourself, which is beautiful, and that mirrors your connection with your friends and your family and your neighbors and strangers, and that too is beautiful. You see the divine in all, and you work to honor the divine in yourself and in all. You honor the divine by being a loving, kind person to the divine in all. I'm hearing animate and inanimate objects. And there is something here that wants to shine through. I'm hearing shine through, like if you're taking a yin yoga class or a hatha yoga class, usually in an asana class in a Western environment, to my experience, sometimes when you push up to upward facing dog, sometimes they'll say shine through, kind of as a way to say, open up your heart and feel the light shine through your heart and kind of just bring that vibey vibe to the equation. So I'm hearing that. Your heart really does shine through, though, through your actions, through your energy, through your voice. And it's a really beautiful energy that I'm getting you've worked hard to cultivate, but I'm also getting that it's very noticeable on you because you live with it every day. And so you might have the awareness that, sure, like you're a good person, maybe you know you're a love bug, but there is certainly this energy of maybe, when you see a little kid every single day, you don't maybe notice how fast they're growing. It's when you spend a week away from them or a month away from them and then you see them and you go, wow, you really shot up, you really grew. It's like this. You are used to the love in your heart because you live with it every day. It's so visible to others, not because you turn it on or off, but because you're always honoring the divine in all things. So people see the way that you stop to smell the flowers and talk to them and tell them that they're beautiful and they smell so good and they're such a beautiful divine blessing and that they make this world such a special place. And the people that are walking past you going, it's just a plant, man. But they see that it's beautiful and it's amazing. And you're like, it's not just a plant, it's jasmine. And that love, that energy, same thing with people. I'm getting that you're the kind of person who might make friends with maybe even like the homeless people around you. You might make friends with people who are in abundance and people who are in lack, people who are spiritual and people who are not, people who are popular and people who are not. You do not discriminate. You couldn't hurt a fly, nor would you ever want to. You're the kind of person who, when you notice you have a spider in your house, you probably have a nice conversation with them, give them a name, and make sure that they're nice and comfy. You might even bring them food. Now, for some of you, you're going, well, it's not that dramatic. But if you look at the ways that are a little more you, Group 3, you really, really are this ascended master, primarily in the heart space here. So let's see what message your heart space has for you today, Group number 3. Something about the connection to the earth. 3 of Pentacles reversed. This can bring about some sort of a solo journey, 3 of Pentacles reversed. It can also indicate lack of a foundation because of a solo journey, because I'm hearing that phrase, all who wander. Not all who wander are lost. But 4 of Wands indicates having a home, feeling at home, perhaps in travel. It's kind of giving that vibe of when the root chakra is very happy and healthy. And this is like the vibe that your heart chakra is giving, okay? But when the root chakra, ruler of safety, comfortability, etc., of home, is happy and healthy, you can feel at home everywhere. Now, when it's too open, you maybe make yourself a little too much at home. When you have someone over at your house and they're kicking their feet up, putting their feet on your table and they're making a mess in your house, right? That can be an imbalanced root chakra. But if you're truly secure, you feel secure in transit. If you're truly safe, you feel safe everywhere. because it's a vibe. It's an inherent fixture in your energy field. And your heart chakra has a similar aspect here. When it comes to your perspective of all are one, all are you, but not all are you as an individual. So they don't think the same way as you. They don't feel the same way as you. They haven't had the same life experience as you, but they are all one big soul, one big consciousness. Maybe they haven't all had the specific chronological soul's journey that you have, but you also have the awareness that all have been and will be everything that ever has and ever will exists. And so, there's a space in your home, in your heart. There's a space of home in your heart that really feels beautiful. And your heart chakra wants you to be aware of the fact that where you feel like you've needed support, you offer it to others. And that's a beautiful gift to have. But also that you carry that energy with you on the good days and the bad days. But they also want to draw awareness to this tiny little piece of your heart chakra that feels almost disempowered a bit, because you do feel alone, because you do feel like sometimes it's not fair, even though you can have that perspective of oneness and make it kind of feel like, well, I'm the only one that's out there, right? Not you as a human ego, but, consciousness, right? The divine, you trust the divine's plan, you know that all are one, right? You're still there. You're there for the bees who get washed up on the beach and, they're still kicking, so you bring them over to a plant. You are still helpful and befriending the people who don't need it. And you don't do it because you want something in return. You do it because you like it. Not because you like how it makes you feel, but because it's who you are, genuinely in your heart. But there's a little piece of you that feels, I think jaded is too strong of a word, but it's coming through, so we'll draw gentle awareness to it, where you're not fully sure that many would do the same in return. Maybe it's a general statement, maybe it's just the people around you in your life, maybe it's just if you're to recognize the pattern of your life, the way that it goes, it has gone so far. Perhaps you know a lot of beautiful people, a lot of kind, loving people, but maybe you look around and you see that other people get a little more help than you, or other people might be a little off the hook more than you are, right? There's kind of this vibe where the universe likes to hold extraordinarily accountable whilst letting others off scot-free. And that might be a perspective. I'm sure that you have the awareness internally that that's not completely true. But in your life experience, in your intentionally, deliberately biased life experience, that is your right as a human with thoughts and feelings and a unique individualized experience. That very much is valid. And your heart chakra wants you to pay more attention here to the energy that you're receiving. So many people, places, situations, beings, flowers even, they give you energy. Now, it's not to say like that they're disempowering themselves or returning to sender. It's not like you're an energy vampire walking out. You know what it's like to have one. You're certainly not acting like one out in the world. That's not the message here. But what is coming through is that your heart chakra wants you to be aware that other people might receive like glamour or fashion or money or accolades or fame or ease. You receive energy. That is much more valuable and that is much more malleable. Now, yes, money is energy. Yes, fame is energy. Yes, attention is energy. Yes, all of those material, superficial things are energy, but they're not as malleable. If someone gives you money, you don't get to turn that money into an animal because you want a pet. I mean, you can go buy one. I guess that was not a good example, but if someone gives you fruit, you cannot then eat a vegetable. You've received fruit. If someone gives you energy, that energy can become nutrients, and that nutrients can take the shape of any of the things that can provide you with that nutrient. If you receive energy, you choose that energy can then become abundance, and you choose abundance of what? Abundance of lack, abundance of love, abundance of insight, abundance of clarity, abundance of fun, abundance of choices. Now, with more options and more power come more responsibility. And here we have group number 3, the Ascended Master, the little love bug, the one who loves to give and give and give. And what you receive in return is maybe still, in a perspective, something that you still have to do and make and create and allow to become and decide. And in one perspective, that is a gift. In another perspective, you're receiving tasks. Kind of like when you get quiet hired at work. You do such a good job at your job. You become even more efficient that instead of completing your tasks and maybe getting to go home a little bit early, congratulations, you got better at your job. Here's more work to do for the same pay. And that can feel a bit harrowing. And your heart chakra wants for you to sit with this energy and understand that your heart chakra is not partaking in the power struggle that a lot of humanity is partaking in, whether it be, no, I'm a good person. No, I'm a good person. No, I'm a better person. No, I'm an even better person. Well, my heart is perfectly pure. Well, my heart is so expanded and big. Well, my heart is so, I just give too much. Oh, I never receive anything. Oh my God, really? If you just like let yourself receive, then you don't have to do anything. And then you can just be spoiled by the universe. It's my sugar daddy. Like all of that, the power dynamics there. The power dynamics there. You disengage from. You receive pure, unadulterated consciousness, energy, and that is a gift. You can quietly or loudly, if that's what resonates with you, fulfill your heart's desires. Be your own individual. You love to give, and so you don't give and tell 5,000 people that you did give, or that you had the ability to give, or that you're a good person because you give. You're the kind of person who, you pick up a piece of trash and you throw it away, litter off of the street, and no one ever hears about it again. No one ever heard about it to begin with. Because that's what you wanted to do. Not because people were looking, not so that you could tell people about it, not to prove to yourself or somebody else that you're a good person or whatever in the world. And I do want to be clear that things like that, they don't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you bad to want to be seen for doing good things, but there's a point where it's, you don't do good things to be seen. Do good things because they're good, and it resonates with you, and it's authentic to you. And maybe if doing good things isn't authentic to you, perhaps one makes the choice to meander down a journey where that might eventually come into alignment if that's your intention. You, group number 3, you see all of these little energies, and you've got all of these options energetically. But because you see these things, you feel like you're walking a bit of a lonely road, but you feel at home everywhere. You don't feel lonely, you feel alone. You can be alone without being lonely. You're very comfortable. Your heart space is beautiful, it's grounded, it's connected to the infinite, and I'm also getting that you function very strongly through your heart space. You navigate the world perhaps through your heart space. I'm getting your heart energy is the first thing that people see or feel or understand when you walk into a room. It's very beautiful, very magical, very beautiful. It's alluring. Not in a temptress siren kind of way, in just a universal energy. In the same way that on a night sky that's super dark, you look up and you can see not just some stars, but you can see the cosmos, you see the colors, you see the layers, the awareness that there's something out there bigger than us, maybe even some northern lights. And it's just spectacular. And that is what your heart energy is like. It draws awareness to the fact that there's something out there that is bigger than us. And so, when you embody and exude that energy, and a lot of you group 3, you're, who, me? But there are so many things I could do to be better. I'm still working on this and this, that's not exactly perfect. And that's a beautiful energy. It's genuine humbleness. Your heart chakra wants you to see that When you hold this energy of yours within, others can still see it. But when you allow it to explode, when you allow it to take up space, when you allow it to express itself in the world, as you might have experienced before, you have more fun. You meet beautiful people. You get to, I'm being shown like a shooting star, you get to swim through that beautiful cosmic sky. And so your heart chakra would like for you to understand that being alone is not lonely, and you know this, you don't feel this. You have that solid energy of being comfortable and happy and at peace and grateful, just really solid in your heart space. No matter what situation is in front of you, no matter what person is in front of you, no matter what's going on there. But those little inklings where you feel as though you maybe do so much for others, not to be seen, not for credit, not because you want something in return, but you do feel that maybe it is unbalanced. There's the amount that you give, and then there's the amount that you receive, and you're humble enough to also see and understand, well, I don't do stuff to receive, and I don't really need much more than what I have, as long as I can pay my bills, put food on the table. And it's not just about monetary resources too. We're looking at you being fulfilled internally, and maybe you look at, well, I've got 2 really good friends. I don't need 500 of them. I don't even need 10. I've got 2 really good friends, and I'm so grateful for them. I don't need an entire mountain range, because I live here in the desert, and I love my little desert. It is perfect, and it's wonderful, and I couldn't ask for anything more. But that doesn't mean that you can't still dream of mountains. It doesn't mean that you can't still dream of making new friends. And this is what your heart chakra wants to get at here today for you. The script is flipping for you, group number 3. And as it does, you're going to realize that the special, sacred moment or opportunity or situation, scenario, that time and that place, it's been saved specifically for you. Where if group 3 is not there and they're not there alone, it's not showing up. And you're the kind of person who you want to bring everybody with you. And if you know you got to go alone to claim a blessing, you would almost rather be out there alone giving back. And this is where this blessing will come to find you. It will meet you where you are, in a moment between your love, your giving of your love, and your community. It will find you in the space in between. It will provide you with energy that you can utilize to follow your own heart, to expand and indulge who you are on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, and on a material level as well. This will provide you with something to back you up, more than just your heart and a dream, more than just your goodwill and assistance of the divine. Something to really support you. You can feel this in there. When you feel the stability, it might to you feel like, well, that can just crack open. I know I feel that, but then it's going to crack open and it'll be all light and airy and fluffy again, right? But it's not dense. It's grounded. It's already been alchemizing into something grounded. And as it does, you're going to notice that your life gets lighter and lighter. Your life gets more and more beautiful. Your life receives more and more love and support and community and play. So your heart chakra would like for you to, first of all, never hesitate from this point forward to run, sprint towards your dreams, towards following your heart. Because you are not in an energy of emotional distortion. You're not in an energy of delusion. You're not in an energy of karma where you need to deal with something or think a certain way so that you can actually end up somewhere else. You're being encouraged to see the light and run towards it. And as you do, you're going to get lifted off the ground and you're going to get carried exactly to where you want to go. Away from this paradigm that you've been existing in very validly, where you feel as though what you've been giving and what you're receiving are not equal. You are going to have a moment where you perhaps process some of this, which is valid and deserves its own time. Oftentimes, when we experience something that's not fair, we focus so much on getting through it and getting to be okay and being in a situation that is fair. And then sometimes when we're nice and regulated and we're nice and rested, that can be when it hits us. Okay, a little bit of the emotions. I am seeing this just a smidge. I'm seeing you setting boundaries, telling your story, looking back at something that feels unfulfilled for you in your heart space. And as soon as you realize what that is, it arrives on your doorstep. Yes, it comes to you. And this will give you some sort of success for you to continue to give back to the world, but in a way where things come to you instead of the other way around. So your advice is, I'm hearing, don't walk, run. Sprint. Have that faith one more time. Because when things change, they're going to change fast. And if you can have the strength one more time to believe that magic is there, miracles happen, right place, right time, it exists. You know it for other people. You embody it for others. You are such a living, breathing, walking angel in so many others' lives. You, group 3 is about to get group 3'd. That is what your heart chakra wants you to know. That, and that you can give that energy to yourself. You do. But you can introspect that energy as well. Your heart wants so much more than just to give to others. It is something that you love. It is something that is genuine and authentic to you. It is genuinely who you are. But there are a couple of dreams or wishes or vibes or feelings or aspirations in there that perhaps to you aren't quite as important as making the world a better place. And that is a testament to how beautiful you are. And they're also going to be some of the things that you get to indulge yourself in, also in a way that does help make the world a better place. But they find you, group number 3. You don't have to be the solidness in the solidity in the storm. You don't have to be the peace in the chaos. You don't have to be the light in the dark. You can be. You're happy to be. You love to be. But what if an even bigger light came to you and blessed upon you the same thing that you bless upon others every single day? You deserve it. You're ready for it. Follow your dreams, even the small, petty ones that you might even feel require a miracle or two. I'm hearing that song Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Cage the Elephant. There might be messages in there for you. Group number 3, that is your channeled message from your heart chakra. Beautiful message today. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. I hope you have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. If you would like to meditate with me, that is the first link in the description box below. You have access to it forever once you provide yourself with that resource. If you'd like a personal with me, my one-on-ones are on my spiritual store on Etsy at Spiritualistik. You can find that in the description box as well. I do tarot, channeling, astrology, astrocartography, Reiki, and personalized light codes. You can find my tarot and oracle decks there that I've created that are used in this reading. I have a few others as well. Journals, dream journals, intention journals, prompted journals for self-exploration, intention candles, crystals that I've wrapped, so on and so forth if you're interested in that. I do post exclusive content here on YouTube, one on Patreon, as well as on TikTok. All 3 are different, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe over here. Check out some of the other projects I've got going on. Resonate with the ones that you resonate with. Give me a hug over there. Don't forget to follow me here and on TikTok and on Instagram. And with all of that being said, I love you and I'm grateful for you. Have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.